this was the project we have generated last time, but we have already seen that we created a new project today, the day 2 project, this one, with the ng new day 2 styles as a SCSS, and then we have started serving this on the browser. So on the browser, we need to type the local host 4200, and this is how it looks like. Okay, so this is our day 2 agenda. Now in this, in order to create the components, we need some of the node packages which is required, like Angular material we will need, Angular CDK we will need. CDK is like component dev kit. If we want to create a component, we need a component dev kit. So what we are going to do here, we are going to create a component, Angular component. So to do that, let's first install this. To install this, what we do, we open a command prompt, and then we do npm install okay. So we'll install this node module, Angular material. Now I have entered the enter. Is it stuck? Let's close it. Let's do it once again. Day 2, ng save, and yeah, now it's doing. Okay, so it says we have found 8 vulnerabilities, 3 moderate, 2 high. What are those? Added to package 1 contribute. I guess 21 packages are looking for. Okay, I guess we are good. Let's install the component dev kit so that we can go ahead and create a component in today's class. Okay, after copy. Okay, enter. So again, the same thing. It's a vulnerabilities are not errors, so we don't need to worry about it. We are good so far. Let's install the animations as well so that we can do something, some sort of. In fact, when when we use Angular components, some components are utilizing the libraries of Angular animations. So you can say that it's a mandatory to install, otherwise you'll get the compile time error. So we are installing this as well. And next is Hammer.js. It's an additional JS functionality, JavaScript functionality. Like when you work with the JavaScript, you install the jQuery or the jQuery animations because you want to leverage the ready-to-use functionality of jQuery, some of the effects like fade in, fade out, not the colors but the animation, like when you click on something, it can do Ajax submit, etc., etc. What I'm saying is, to have an enhanced and additional functionality, you need to use the advanced JavaScript libraries. So for which we'll use the Hammer.js. And let's wait for the installation. Okay, so it's installed. All right, now I think we have installed all the nodes, node packages, because we are going to develop a component, and to develop a component we'll do the write the code in the TypeScript, and to convert that TypeScript into JavaScript we need these additional node packages. So now what we are trying to do in here, uh, let's try and open the day 2 project. File, new window, open folder, day 2 folder, select. So this is the project we have generated today. Now see in details. This is how a normal Angular project will look like, which would have a source folder. In the source folder, the start of the project, I mean the project gets kicked in. The things what you see on the browser, the basic page is a index.html. So we'll look for the index.html, and this is the guy. What we are seeing in here is the index.html, but in the HTML we don't see those many things, right? It has just head, body, and then in body we just see app root and nothing else. Then how come on the browser we are seeing so many? We are seeing one image, we are seeing a text, we are seeing some of the link. From where are these coming? That's a next question. Because if this HTML is getting rendered on the browser, from where those components are coming in? So those components we will see in the app. In the app, okay. So where we first went inside the source. In the source, we found the index.html. Okay, so let's review few of the files, like main.ts is the start of the Angular project. I mean, when you bootstrap, I mean, we call this phenomenon a bootstrap. When we do the ngserve, what essentially it does, it bootstrap this file, this main.ts. Now, in main.ts, we are seeing here, right? There are few things had been imported, like platform, browser, dynamic, app module, and environment. So we saw in the beginning, right, that the Angular architecture starts from the app module. That's a basic, one of the basic module which by default gets created is the app module. So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to bootstrap our app module so that the Angular starts running. So this is the first entry point. When we do the ngserve, when we run this project, this is what essentially happens. We bootstrap. Bootstrap means, in a very layman term, bootstrapping means starting something. Now you are starting an Angular project. So what will you do? Who do you call? What do you start? You'll run this file.
Sir, can you take fourth class on responsive web design with Bootstrap and jQuery?
We'll talk about this later. Wait, let's just hear this out now.
We have
Okay.
3 classes: one HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, ECMA, JavaScript. Then fourth class can be Bootstrap and jQuery. Fourth class can be.
Yes, sure, yeah. See, ideally, what we should do right after the HTML.js, we should do a class on the Bootstrap and the. So, all right. What I am talking about here is a Bootstrap as a English word, not as a library. What you are talking is a Bootstrap as a library, the Twitter library, which is different. What I'm talking about is a bootstrapping phenomena. Bootstrapping means starting something. Bootstrap JavaScript library means the library which Twitter developed to create some components which can be rendered on a different size and size of the screen, different size of the screen. So you can see the same app on the mobile phone, you can see the same app on the iPad, you can see the same app on the desktop or the big size screen. That is one of the library developed by Twitter called Bootstrap, which is different. So yes, we can do right after the HTML, JS, and CSS class, we can do a touch over on jQuery and Bootstrap. Okay,
Okay,
we'll do
sir.
that. Okay, fine.
Thank
So now I'm talking about what I am talking about now is a bootstrapping as a bootstrapping application, bootstrapping. Like you remember that word. Let's boot your machine. Okay, boot your machine means what? You are starting your computer. Boot your computer. Reboot your machine. That means you are restarting your computer. So that's bootstrapping I'm talking about. Okay, so we call that remember this word because it's important when you talk about let's say if during the interview somebody asks the functionality of the main.ts, what is it? So this helps you in bootstrapping the Angular application, and it has all the necessary libraries, and there's just one line, but this one line does the engineering behind this coming on the browser. So that's the importance of main.ts. Now styles.css, right now it's empty because we have not applied anything, but we'll see, we'll add something to this. And in the app, so let's say we saw the source. In the source we had all the basic machinery or basic things required to start running the app module. So we had an index.html, we had an main.ts, we had an styles.css, everything. What is the primarily required? Now in the app, we have to boot an app module, right? So app module.ts. In the app module.ts, you'll see, so app is over here, it's a base first component which was generated. So if you come here on this slide, so what we are seeing in here on this slide, uh, the first thing is the app module. App module we saw. App module has one module at least, which is the app component. This one module has the app component and app service. Service is right now we are not touching service, so we have the basic app component. And app component has app component.html, app component.ts, app component.css. So let's see those. It has the app component.ts, app component.html, app component.css. These are the 4 files which gets generated by default. And then app module.ts, because over here, if we want to enhance the functionality of this basic module, we will do the changes in here. All right, so let's start doing the change. We saw the architecture of it. Now let's start doing the changes. Now what kind of changes? The first thing is, let's say I want to add something to my index.html. So let's open this, and I will add one line here which says that I'm giving you a link href which has all these material icons. It's just a Google APIs driven font icons. Let's save this. The next is we need to install Angular Flex. So let's install this as well.
Please send this. Please
Yes,
send.
we'll send you. We'll send you. Don't worry. We'll send you this file. That's why I prepared this file, so that you can try yourself step by step. And that's why I'm doing back and forth, that I don't miss out on the version, what version is required, and step by step. These are the steps. First you need to install these, then you can do this, then you can do this, then updating app module. So in the app module, what do you need to update? app module.ts. Let's go to the app module and then add these statements. So let's open the app module.ts, and then we'll add this. Now you saw that we have in okay. So you remember that we have installed this material and flex, the two things. Then we also install the Angular hammer, the hammer.js. So we'll also add this. Let's add this as well. Now, if you have worked with the Python, or if you have worked with any scripting language, then you'll see that what we do essentially in scripting language, we import libraries, what we are going to use in the in that script. So in Python, we import pandas, import numpy, etc. We do. So that's the start of the program. And similarly, since this is also a scripting language, though it has all the logical constraints, if else, for loop, switch, everything, the process of writing the code is still the same like we have in the Python. So remember that point. Anyone who knows Python can find this very easy, because in Python we do the same thing. So in the import, we'll add all these. Browser animation module. This is showing error, but why? Because there is no comma here. So let's and this is the last module. Okay, so that's how these many changes. We don't we want to bootstrap anything? No. Okay, perfect. So these are the modules we have imported, and these are the objects we are going to use. So we have defined everything. Let's save this. Next is we are going to make changes in the app component.html. So if you'll see, you remember in the beginning, like I said, that index.html is something get displayed on the browser, but this guy does not have anything. It has just the head, body, only two tags. But in the body, if you see, it has one tag which calls app root. Now, what is app root? App root is app component. I mean, what it is trying to do is this entire app component has all the necessary things, and it has become a tag for you. And when you are saying that you are bootstrapping this app root, that's bootstrapping these things. The next change what we are going to make, we'll make in the app component.html. Now in the app component.html, you see all these things. Now over here you see this title with the double flower bracket. This is the data binding. Now, since when we bootstrap this application, we didn't know that what is going to be the name of the project. Like on the browser, you see here, welcome to day 2. Day 2 was the name of the Angular project. When we created NgNew, we gave the name. That title has come here. So this is called the data binding. It's a dynamic. It can be anything. If I would have given a name like Neha training, this would have been a welcome to the Neha training. Okay. Then you see all these links, a target. This is all HTML. See, the word is tour of heroes. The word is tour of heroes, and it is a link which is targeting to this URL. CLI document, it's a link, it's targeting to this URL. Angular block, same thing. So this is the essentially what you are seeing on the browser. So let's go and delete everything. Okay, I have deleted everything. I'll refresh the page. You see, everything has gone. Okay, and what I will do, I will add my content. So what I will do, I will add front end day 2 training. Day 2 training. And we're going to add this here. Just one thing, mat toolbar. Mat toolbar is coming from the Angular material. The toolbar we have installed, and we have given a name. That's all. Uh, now we need to add some styles to it. How do we add styles? We go to the CSS and then add styles, right? So we'll open our CSS class and we'll add the styles. And I see a lot of blank. Let's get rid of it. So essentially, this is the real work of CSS. What it does, it is applying a padding margin in the font family what we have installed to the body tag of the body, to the body tag of the HTML. So in HTML, we have this body tag, and in the app root, it's applying this. All right. So this is done. We saw that. Let's okay. See. So we see this, right? There's a toolbar. Every web page has this one top introduction. Can be your logo, this can be the name of your project, this can be the name of your website. So we have developed the very basic element on a web page. Okay, and we call that as a component. So we have developed a very basic component, and this is deep purple because of the deep purple CSS we have applied. Okay, font family, because of the font family roboto we have used. Now let's see few magics like if I want to do something with this. Let's say I want to change the color of the text. Right now it's white, right? Let's say I want to do it red. It has become red. Okay, so see, I'm doing the change on the CSS and the things are changing. This is what the CSS is. So I want this to be the green. I can write green, and it becomes green. So green doesn't look, it's not, so this becomes green yellow. See, that's how even if I want to change the color of this, I can do that. I can go to the, so this is how you can play with any website you like. Now let's say if I want to change this, so I need to look for why it's a gray, why it's deep purple, and where is the purple color. Let's say if I want to change this, I don't know what are the other options. I don't know. Let's say I want to increase the size of this. I can increase this. See, these things, this is what the CSS does. This is what the CSS is. Okay.
This is the site which is on localhost or on the any www site also I can.
You can do on the www site as well. But when I will refresh it, everything will be gone. So because my server does not have those changes, I was doing a hands-on. I wanted to make some temporary changes so that I can have the piece of code. Let's say if I want to do some JavaScript changes, I am developing. I have this web page. I'm writing some code. So I can go to the console and then I can start writing in here. Document, get document by ID, document dot get element by ID, and then I can do something in here. So I can write my code as well. I can do the JavaScript. I can make the HTML changes because they are all static. The dynamism you are achieving through the Angular, which has been already been transpiled into the JavaScript, and then you are seeing it on the browser or any. Even if you have written your code in the jQuery, this is what. But I don't just need to refresh. If I refresh, all the changes which are made on the Developers Studio will be gone. So whatever change I will do from here, if I'll refresh the thing, it will be gone. But it's the best debugging tool. Like I have made some changes and then it's not working on the browser. How will I verify? I can verify it from here. Okay. Now